It's iHitSendSunday, and I'm Steve Boyle. That is gross. Guys, break it up. This is unprofessional. Today, I am rocking Matt's shirt, which I borrowed without asking.
Give me my shirt back. Sorry about that.
I won, just in case you're wondering. Thank you for letting me back onto your mobile devices, your laptops, your desktops. Maybe some of you are even watching this on a smart TV. And if that's the case, then I'm probably taking up a lot of your wall right now. It's iHitSendSunday, the show where you write in to me and I try my best to talk on whatever you have to ask about or want me to discuss. If you want to be on one of these episodes, be sure to email me at iHitSendInquiries. I want to do it this way. iHitSendInquiries@gmail.com. Let's dive into some emails here. Hello, I would like to remain anonymous, so they are Homie now. And Homie says, first off, let me start by saying I love your videos, but recently there's something that I could really use your advice about. I have met a lot of guys on the internet, and some of them I have dated or even engaged to, but I have never met them in person because my nerves run high when I have tried to meet them, to the point where I would cancel plans the day we were to meet each other. Needless to say, all my relationships with guys have been through the internet. So do you have any advice on how to get over my nerves before I could ruin my chances one day with the right guy? I could really use it right now. Thank you! Exclamation point, exclamation point. Homie, you are a chronic internet dater, and your nerves get really high when IRL comes around. That's in real life, if you don't know your abbreviations, or what are those called? You meet these guys, you start dating them, or even get engaged to them on some occasions. I feel like there's a story there. So your nerves get really high, you go to meet them, and you're thinking to yourself, I can't do this. I can't meet this person that I have developed one of the closest bonds I've ever established with. I can't meet them in person. The reality of online dating is that you get to know this person on an intimate level. You're telling them things that you would never tell somebody in your real life because you have the ability to kind of project onto them what you need them to be on the other side of that screen. You have this idea of the person that you're talking to, and you don't want to ruin the reality for yourself. The person on the other side of that screen, they're going to be much more complex. They're going to be a much more well-rounded person with flaws and, even better, attributes than you could have ever imagined. But you have to break that barrier to get to see that. And that's what you're having trouble doing. Now, there's two schools of thought, I think, in this scenario. Number one, there's the expectations that you have. You're afraid are going to get wrecked. The person that you've built up, this person that you feel comfort level with, that you have trust with, you have that image and you don't want to sully it. And on the flip side of that, you know that you are that person for them and you don't want to let them down because you have been a supportive, caring, attentive person, and you are scared that once they get to know you behind the screen, you might let them down. When you start being interested in somebody romantically or otherwise, you are getting to know the person that they want you to get to know. Every single one of us is going to have the illusion of the perfect person shattered for us. You get to know somebody for a couple weeks and they don't start showing their true colors until months in the relationship when you start to realize, wow, they treat waiters like shit. So whatever school of thought you're coming from, whether you're afraid that your package isn't what they're looking for, maybe that was the wrong choice of words, or that the person that you built up is not going to be the person who you're actually meeting up with, you have to understand that if you want more from the internet, from these interactions that you're having, you have to break that barrier because you're not going to feel like it's real until you do. Walking through that door is the only way you're going to get to the next step. So if you want that for yourself and you think that they want that for themselves, give it a go. Just bite the bullet. I know your nerves are going to torture you and those voices in your head are going to be like, oh, you're different looking in your profile picture, or, well, if you're catfishing, that's like a problem. We did that last week. If they're weird or they're, not as good looking, or if you're being weird and you didn't do your hair, if that person can handle that, and if you can handle that in the other person, that's good stuff. You owe it to yourself, I would say, to explore it and see where it goes. I hope that helps, homie. Next one. This person contacted me through my website, which is www.ihitsend.com. They filled out a submission form on there, but it all goes to the same place. This came from Dave. And Dave said, hey, Hi, I'm an older gay male at peace with my lifestyle. I do understand that most gays on YouTube are younger and liberal! Exclamation point. Why is it that none ever think that there are many independent and conservative gays as are also? It's like we are the bad seed of the group. I've always considered myself an independent voter. I seek out the best person to get the job done. But I'm not one to have causes to fight for. It's been hard enough just to fight for myself in life's journey. I always have went with my own way with everything in my life, and that seems to piss off many of my liberal friends that I don't think like they do. You know the group. They call themselves open-minded, ? I find that they say and are two different things most times. I tend to do what I say, and I've never been a follower. I voted Democratic when I was younger twice, once for Congress, man, that did a good job, and once for Carter, that shames me to this day. Boy, was I wrong with that vote. You seem like a nice young man. I think you will do fine in life. Just please understand that we all did not vote for Hillary for many good reasons that I bet you understand, but you don't want to say to upset most of your liberal viewers. I feel the best gay YouTubers should keep as much politics out of their videos. ? There are other endless topics to talk about. Peace, Dave. Listen, if you're telling me like, oh, I like gay YouTubers, but I don't like when they talk about politics or whatever, you're telling me more than I need to know about you as a viewer. I'm going to talk about whatever people ask me to talk about, because that's what this channel is. It's I hit send. You hit send, I get it, then I find a response, and I hit send. Or upload. Either way. That's what this show is. I'm sorry if you don't like it. You don't have to watch it. But if you like hearing other people's perspectives, which I think people who watch YouTube kind of dig, keep watching. I was not a Hillary fan. I was not hashtag with her. I was not hashtag with Trump. If you are like me and you love free speech, and I love free speech, you wouldn't be writing me telling me not to talk about politics. I don't, for the most part. I talk to the people who write me about issues that they want to talk about because I think that's really cool that they get to do that and that I am in a place where I can respond to these things. I personally get a huge kick out of Milo Yiannopoulos. I love watching his stuff. I love hearing his perspective. That being said, I don't agree with a ton of it. But I love that people talk. I love that people are out there saying controversial things. I love that people are out there saying very tolerant things. I like every viewpoint people have because it's a cool thing that everyone's allowed to have viewpoints and the military or like government isn't tracking them down and killing them. I think gay conservatives are cool. I think gay liberals are cool. I think gay libertarians, gay anarchists, gay fucking anything, socialists, I don't care. I think they're all cool because they're all schools of thought that we should all talk about. The thing I don't like about the liberal side right now is that they seem to be doing a lot of this. They are shutting down Milo Yiannopoulos' talks. They're shutting down speaking engagements. They're shutting down open discussion. I don't like that part of liberal politics right now. But on the flip side, conservatives do a lot of this shit too, where they're just like la 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 like that to dismiss like other valid concerns. As long as you're not one of these people, I can't hear other opinions. I think you're cool. If you are, a conservative gay, and you get shit talked on from your other friends, that makes you even cooler because going against what your friends believe or going against popular opinion, I think that's the coolest thing you can do. Nothing can be worse than turning off your ears to opposing viewpoints. Try watching Milo Yiannopoulos and not turning it off and being like la 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 la. Try watching, what's that really liberal lesbian on the new show? Try listening to her if you're a hardcore conservative and keeping an open mind. And try to understand why people vote these ways instead of just being like, all Republicans are dumb or all liberals are idiots and safe spaces and crying tears. And if you have a mug that says you're drinking anyone's tears, you're an asshole. There you go. So that's my whole spiel on this. Sorry, I don't know if that answers your question, David. I don't know if you had a question. Let's go. We have another anonymous person, and he says, "Hey Steven, I've been a long time watcher. I always love watching your videos. I've been trying to come out for some time now. I'm 20, I came out to my mother back in October 11th, 2014, but was never able to come out to others. I always am about to come out, but then I would always choke up and not be able to. What do you recommend? I want to come out, but never know how. One thing I think is holding me back is the fact that I'm overweight. I always see the model gay people, and they are always really thin and even really muscular. What is something that might help me with this? I obviously want to be out and dating, but I have never been in a relationship before. What do you suggest?" Come out! I mean, listen, I know what you mean. Like, your nerves get the best of you, you choke up, you always find these perfect opportunities, and you're sitting there, and you're ready, and you go, I can't. What do? You come out to the next best person. You came out to your mom. That must have been one of the harder ones. You started on a really high platform in terms of how scary it's going to be. You jumped from that high dive. You jumped from, mom, which is like a huge influence in people's lives. Like, mom is like a big deal. Just think of it as stepping stones. Like, coming out, I think people think that we're just supposed to walk everywhere with sparklers and being like, I'm gay now. Just so everyone knows, this dude, gay. Start slow. You told your mom. Who can you tell next? Who's the next closest, scariest person to come out to? Focus on just coming out to that person. Does the moment have to be perfect? No. You could literally be like laughing about a different joke. That's funny how you said that, because I am a homosexual. Now you're out. It's going to get easier every single time. You might have started with your mom and thought that was going to be the hardest thing I've ever done. But if you want to come out, you'll find a way to do it. You're 20. I came out when I was like 22, 21? I'm not really sure. Anyways, I was allowed to legally drink. You're not a late bloomer. You're not messing anything up. Just keep in mind that you got one of the biggest ones out of the way. Start slow. Go to a friend. Not even like your closest friend maybe at first. Go to like one of your like only when we're both in town friends and talk to them about it. Because eventually you're going to be able to just light the sparklers and be like, this dude is a homosexual. Those are the sparkler noises. You might have thought it was like an audience cheering. Either way. Whatever image works better for you. Come out to the next person. You got the mom out of the way. Huge deal. Just keep it up, homie. You're doing well. And you're 20, so you got plenty of time. Next email comes from Anthony Hoyt. He says, hello, Steve. My name is Anthony Hoyt, and honestly, I am a big fan of yours. I love your iHitSend videos, and I love your poem iHitSend or Modern Meltdown. I even did a closed reading of it for an assignment last quarter for one of my college classes. That's so cool. How'd it go? Can you tell me? Just send me another email. I love that stuff. I've been going through a lot lately. I attempted a long-distance relationship, and in the end got my heart broken pretty badly. Now I'm scared to ever trust someone again and put myself out there. I already hated being vulnerable, but now I'm scared to even try again. How do you get past it? I don't know if this is even a good question to ask you, but I just wanted to talk to someone who doesn't, I'm guessing you meant know me, but can truly give me honest advice and all. Thanks, Anthony Hoyt. P.S. I don't hate the guy who broke my heart. Is that weird? I feel for him, and I know that wasn't easy for him either. I don't know anymore. All right. First off, you're a fan. I love that. Thank you for watching my poems. I really want to hear about how you performed iHitSend or Modern Meltdown. Did it go over? Did it go well? Did you hit the jokey parts? Anyways, let's talk about the key points. You are feeling very vulnerable. You got hurt. You realized how much somebody can hurt you when you let them close, and now you're afraid to open up and let somebody else in. Yeah, that's how these things go. And you picked one of the hardest relationships to make work, which is a long-distance relationship. Me and Matt did it for... Babe? What? How long did we date long distance?
Year and a half.
Like a year and a half. Anyways, me and Matt dated for like a year and a half. Long-distance relationships suck. They are super, super hard. If you are watching this and you're in a long-distance relationship, allow me to recommend this site called Rabbit. Can you see that? It's going to be backwards. Anyways, that's a great thing to use. Anyways, that's a side note. There's so many things about long distance that really test and try a relationship. And so it didn't work out. Like so many don't, and that's okay. But what is not okay is thinking that you are no longer in a good mental or emotional state to let this happen again. Because the people you love inevitably are going to hurt you. But hopefully they have enough other great characteristics to make it worth it. I think there's a Bob Marley quote. My mom loves this quote. It's like, let me find it. Thank God for the internet. Bob Marley quote, hurt, love. But he says, the truth is everyone is going to hurt you. You just got to find the ones worth suffering for. I think that's a Bob Marley quote that we can all get behind. You have to be open to being hurt in order to be open to letting somebody love you or to love somebody. So, how are you going to let somebody in and trust again? Well, you're going to heal. And how do you heal? Time. The ultimate cliche. Time heals all wounds. So listen, you are going to distance yourself from this relationship. you are going to see this as a chapter in your life that let you get to a more powerful place. You're going to pick yourself up. You are going to tell yourself, I can do this again. I can be loved and I can love. And you're going to work on that until one day you keep fooling yourself into thinking it till it's true. And then you'll be ready again to let somebody in to hurt you again and see if this time the hurt isn't worth it. If the reciprocating love that comes with the hurt isn't a great balance that makes you happy and makes you want to love. If you give up now, I can guarantee you it's never going to happen for you. But if you see this as a building block, how you kind of learn to quantify a relationship from being hurt in the past and realizing what you want and what you don't want out of a relationship. If you treat this as a chapter in your book, I guarantee you that book is going to have a much more exciting future. Other than I got my heart broke once, here's 100 pages of a book where I never love again and never let myself open to be vulnerable. You can do it. Be vulnerable for the right person. How do you find the right person? Time and confidence and learning from bad experiences what a good person looks like. So I hope this helps. Anthony, Hoyt, you can find love. We all can. If we're looking in the right places and we know what we need out of it. What is this? You're fine. Oliver, stop looking at me like that. Hey, is everyone still watching? If you are, please like and subscribe. That makes my day very nice. If you're a first-time viewer, welcome. Go check out some of the other iHitSend episodes. There's a ton of them. iHitSendSunday, thank you for joining me again. I'll see you guys next week. Please write in, and I look forward to hearing from you. This is a long episode. Thanks. Bye.